Hello everyone, welcome to Modern History Lecture Series. In the last video, we discussed how Mughal Empire was established in India. The founder of Mughal Empire in India was Babur. Then we discussed briefly about all the successors of Mughal Empire till Aurangzeb. If you have missed that video, please do watch for the flow of the topic, and it's a very short video, it's a very short intro video. So continuing forward, Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was the sixth Mughal emperor and he was the son of Shah Jahan. He came to the throne after bloody civil war. He executed his brothers, he also imprisoned his father for the throne. And as we see the records, it has been said that he was very able administrator, he was very fine soldier, he was good strategist, but he was also known as narrow-minded, cruel despot. One of the policy of Aurangzeb was the policy of expansion. That is, he expanded Mughal boundary to great extent. Another point regarding his policies was that he abandoned the policy of legacy of pluralism. What do we mean by pluralism? Pluralism is when various religious, ethnic groups or a racial or a political groups, they're allowed to thrive in a single society. But Aurangzeb abandoned this policy of pluralism, and it was unlike his predecessors, because if we see from Akbar to Jahangir to Shah Jahan, they were very liberal. But Aurangzeb was strong-handed authoritarian ruler, and this abandonment of this policy of pluralism, it was very controversial, and it was main point, it also led to the downfall of the Mughal Empire. So we have seen that through this that one of the objective of his policy was the destruction of Hindu temples, because he was religiously very conservative. Aurangzeb, this policy of expansion also led to various rebels and wars, because when a ruler want to expand his empire to such a great extent, almost covering from north to the south of India, then many rebels and war takes place. And these rebels and war led to the exhaustion of imperial Mughal treasury and army. Aurangzeb was doubtful that when he will die, his sons will fight for the throne. Aurangzeb had 5 sons, but 2 died very early, and surviving 3 were Muazzam, Azam Shah and Kambakhsh. So Aurangzeb was doubtful of war of succession, that when he will die, his sons will fight for the throne. So what he did, he tried to divide the rule among his all sons, among his 3 surviving sons. So he made Muazzam the governor of Kabul, Azam Shah governor of Gujarat, and Kambakhsh governor of Bijapur. But even this step could not avert which was there in the bag. So when Aurangzeb died in 1707, on getting the news, the first one was Muazzam, who reached and performed his father's last rites and declared himself the next emperor, the next successor of the Mughal Empire. He also assumed the title Bahadur Shah. Though Aurangzeb had declared himself the next emperor in front of all nobles, but all nobles, including the Wazir of Aurangzeb, Asad Khan, they were in support of other son Azam Shah. So Muazzam and Azam Shah fought near Agra in 1707. Azam Shah had made a very big army, but in the fight between the Muazzam and Azam Shah, he was defeated and executed. Then Kambakhsh tried to rebel, and in 1709, January 1709, Muazzam and Kambakhsh they fought, and in which Kambakhsh was also defeated and he was also executed. So now the sole contender of the throne was Muazzam, and Muazzam assumed the throne in Delhi with the title Bahadur Shah. Bahadur Shah I became the next Mughal successor after Aurangzeb. He ruled from year 1707 to 1712. His real name was Muazzam. He became the next successor after Aurangzeb. He was of 65 years at the age of assuming the throne. He was the last Mughals who enjoyed the real rule. Regarding him, it has been said that he was learned and dignified, and also very liberal, as he had reversed some of the orthodox policies and measures being adopted by his father. He was a liberal ruler with a tolerant attitude, as there was no destruction of temples during his reign, unlike his father rule, and he had a very tolerant attitude towards the Hindu chiefs and kings. After assuming the throne and appointing his main ministers, the first subject towards which he had to pay attention was that of Rajputs. Feeling of hatred was arising amongst Rajput against Mughals because of several reasons. One of the reasons was that Bahadur Shah tried to have greater control over Rajput states like Amber and Marwar. What he did, he tried to replace Jai Singh by his younger brother Vijay Singh at Amber, and also forced Ajit Singh to submit to the Mughal authority. But later he faced very strong resistance, and he had to restore the states to Raja Jai Singh and Ajit Singh. Also Raja Jai Singh and Ajit Singh, they were demanding high mansabs and governorship of some of the important provinces of Malwa and Gujarat. But this demand of high mansabs and governorship was not accepted by Bahadur Shah. Mansab. Mansab is an Arabic word, and its meaning is rank or position. Mansabdar system was introduced by Akbar in Mughal Empire, and it determines the rank of a government official, either civil or a military. In this, what happens that nobles, they are granted the right to hold a jagir, that is a revenue assignment. They collect the revenue of that jagir in lieu of the services they provide. Okay, different numbers which could be divided by 10, they were used for ranking the officer. It also means for fixing the salaries or allowances of officers. Towards Maratha, he also had a half-hearted conciliation. It was the other subject towards it. After Rajput, he had to pay attention. Marathas were granted Sardesh Mukhi but not Chauth. What is Chauth? Chauth, it is an annual tax which is 25% on the produce or a revenue, and Sardesh Mukhi is additional 10% levied on top of Chauth. Bahadur Shah tried to be friendly with Marathas. What he did, he released Shambaji's son Shahu. Shahu was Shambaji's son. He was grandson of Shivaji. During the time of Aurangzeb, in 1689, Aurangzeb tried to suppress Marathas. He defeated Shambaji and tortured him to death, and also imprisoned his son Shahu. And Shahu was imprisoned till 1708. In 1708, Bahadur Shah, on the advice of Zulfiqar Khan, released Shahu, so that he established the friendly relation with the Marathas. Zulfiqar Khan was son of Asad Khan. Asad Khan was Wazir of Aurangzeb. So when Bahadur Shah assumed the throne, he made Zulfiqar Khan governor of Deccan after Kambaksh's death, and Zulfiqar Khan advised Bahadur Shah to release Shahu. Bahadur Shah, he released Shahu, but what he did, that he didn't recognize him as a Maratha king. So this led to the civil war between the Tarabai and Shahu. They both fought for the supremacy over the Maratha kingdom. Tarabai, also known as Rani Tarabai, she was Maratha queen, and she was wife of Raja Ram. Raja Ram was son of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So she was daughter-in-law of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. She was widow of Raja Ram, and Shahu was grandson of Shivaji. He was son of Shambaji. So both Tarabai and Shahu, they both fought for the supremacy of Maratha kingdom, and this resulted to the total disorderly condition in the Deccan. Marathas, they were fighting amongst themselves, they were fighting against the Mughal authority. So overall, the condition of the Marathas in the Deccan was very disordered. As Sikh power were increasing, and also Aurangzeb was quite religiously conservative. So in 1675 he gave death sentence to Guru Tegh Bahadur, and this led Sikhs to be against Mughals. After Guru Tegh Bahadur, Guru Gobind Singh succeeded and he became the 10th and the last Guru of Sikh. His main center was in Anandpur Sahib. In 1699 he established Khalsa Panth. When Bahadur Shah assumed the throne, he tried to be friendly with Marathas, he tried to be friendly with Rajputs and also with Guru Gobind Singh. Both Guru Gobind Singh and Bahadur Shah, they went on expedition to Deccan, but due to some reason Guru Gobind Singh was separated in Nanded. Nanded, it's a district in Maharashtra, the state of Maharashtra, and here in Nanded, Guru Gobind Singh was murdered. After Guru Gobind Singh, the 10th Guru, next Banda Bahadur became the Sikh leader. He fought against the Muslims and formed various Sikh groups. Banda Bahadur's real name was Lakshman Dev. He met Guru Gobind Singh in 1708 and he became his follower. As Guru Gobind Singh, we discussed earlier that he established Khalsa Panth in 1699. So, Guru Gobind Singh sent Banda Bahadur to northern India to spread Khalsa over there in the north. And after 2 years in 1710, Banda Bahadur won Sirhind. And also he printed currency in the name of Guru Nanak and Guru Gobind Singh. Also he ended the zamindari system. As the power of Banda Bahadur was increasing, Bahadur Shah tried to suppress Banda Bahadur, but he was not successful. So he left this job to few of his amirs. Amirs are basically senior mansabdars. So under the leadership of Amin Khan, Mughal army, they fought against the Banda Bahadur in Lohgarh Fort. Lohgarh Fort nowadays comes in the state of Haryana. And when Banda Bahadur captured Sirhind and Sadora, these are the places in Punjab, he made Mukhlispur as his first capital of the Sikh Empire. There was Mukhlisgarh Fort, which was being built by Shah Jahan, Mukhlisgarh Fort. And Banda Bahadur further fortified this fort of Mukhlisgarh and named it as Lohgarh Fort. Loha means iron. Loha. So named it as Iron Fort. But Banda Bahadur absconded. So Bahadur Shah was not successful in suppressing the Banda Bahadur. So when we will discuss further other ruler Farrukhsiyar, in 1716, during the rule of Farrukhsyar, Banda Bahadur was captured and executed. As we discussed earlier that Bahadur Shah was had a tolerant attitude and he was very liberal unlike his father. So he abolished jizya tax. Jizya tax, it was basically a poll tax which was given by non-Muslims to the Muslim ruler in lieu of the protection being provided to the non-Muslims. So Bahadur Shah abolished this jizya tax. During the time of Bahadur Shah, overall condition was of the administration was weakened, and the main reason was that he tried to be friendly with everyone. He tried to maintain a very friendly relation and he gave a lot of jagirs. This led to the weak administrative condition. Though Bahadur Shah was quite learned and dignified, but he was not very good administrator. And also the Mughal treasury was depleting, and this led to the worsening condition of the Mughal empire. And through a source it has been said that the overall condition of the empire was so pathetic that he was also known as Shahi Bekhabar. He died on 27 February 1712. So the rule of Bahadur Shah was from 1707 till 1712, 27 Feb 1712. after the death of Bahadur Shah, again this conflict, the war of succession started, and among his four sons, Jahandar Shah, Azimush Rafi-ud-Darajat, Jahan Shah, Jahandar Shah was ultimately got the better of his brothers and he ascended the throne and became the next Mughal emperor. Jahandar Shah became the next successor of Mughal Empire. His rule was for very short span of time. It was from March 1712 to February 1713. He was the son of Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah. He ascended the throne with the help of Zulfiqar Khan, and he killed his brothers Azimush, Rafi-ud-Darajat and Jahan Shah to ascend the throne. As we have seen, the earlier Mughal rulers, they were very capable and they had the power or they had the acumen of administration. Even Bahadur Shah was a learned and dignified ruler, although his administrative power was not very good. But Jahandar Shah was completely inefficient and incapable ruler. He was weak and a pleasure lover ruler. And after coming to the power, after assuming the throne, he appointed his supporters to the important posts in the court. For example, he appointed Zulfiqar Khan as his Wazir, because Zulfiqar Khan, with his active support, he had ascended the throne. So he made Zulfiqar Khan his Wazir. Wazir is a very important post. It's like a Prime Minister or a very chief minister of a Mughal court. Regarding Jahandar Shah, he led a very frivolous lifestyle. He was very careless and he was not careful about his duties. He was very oblivious of his duties to the state. He didn't care to administer the state. Instead, he was always busy with the dancers and entertainers. He was so spelled by the dancing girl Lal Kuwar that he elevated her to the post of queen consort, and also starting giving her the same status as Jahangir used to give to the Noor Jahan. He abolished hated jizya tax. As Jahandar Shah was not at all interested in administering, so what he did, he appointed Zulfiqar Khan and he used to follow his advices. So during the time of Jahandar Shah, Zulfiqar Khan became more powerful than the ruler himself. And Jahandar Shah was the first ruler in which the Wazir was more powerful than the ruler. So, on the advice of Zulfiqar Khan, Jahandar Shah tried to establish friendly relations with the Marathas and Rajputs. For Marathas, what he did, that he gave them the right to collect both Chauth and Sardeshmukhi. Unlike Bahadur Shah, as in Bahadur Shah time, Bahadur Shah had given the right to collect Sardeshmukhi to the Marathas but not the Chauth. But Jahandar Shah gave them both to collect Chauth and Sardeshmukhi, but with the condition that Mughal officials will collect it and then it will be handed over to the Maratha officials. In the same way, what was not done by the Bahadur Shah, Jahandar Shah, on the advice of Zulfiqar Khan, did that for the Rajputs. Rajputs, he gave the title of Mirza Raja to Jai Singh of Amber and also appointed him the governor of Malwa. And this thing, the governorship of the Malwa, was not given by Bahadur Shah. And also, the title of Maharaja was given to Ajit Singh of Marwar, and also appointed him the governor of Gujarat. And this governorship was not given by Bahadur Shah. For Sikh, he did the same as Bahadur Shah. He used the policy of suppression against the Banda Bahadur. Now let's discuss that who was Zulfiqar Khan. Zulfiqar Khan, he was the son of Asad Khan. Asad Khan was Aurangzeb's Wazir. And with the aid of Zulfiqar Khan, Jahandar Shah ascended the throne. He overcame his three brothers with the aid of Zulfiqar Khan. So, because Jahandar Shah appointed all those who supported him to the important post, so Jahandar Shah made him his Wazir and used to follow his advisors. And he was the first Wazir to have more power in empire than any other emperor, that we have seen in the last slide. And he also tried a lot to improve the finances of the empire. Because we discussed during the time of Bahadur Shah, he gave reckless jagirs because he tried to maintain a very friendly relation with everyone. So he gave lots of jagirs, and this led to the depleting state of the treasury of Mughal empire. So Zulfiqar Khan tried to check this reckless growth of jagirs and offices. He also compelled Mansabdars to maintain their official quota of troops. Zulfiqar Khan, during the reign of Jahandar Shah, introduced a very evil practice of ijara. Ijara, or a revenue farming. What is this ijara? In this practice of ijara or revenue farming, revenue farmers or middlemen, they were contracted to pay a fixed amount of money, and they were free to collect whatever from the peasants or farmers. So it led to the operation or deterioration of the condition of the farmers, because these middlemen used to collect a very huge amount from the farmers because of their own profit. And this system was not like Todermal land revenue system, because in that Todermal land revenue settlement, revenue was collected at a fixed rate, and in Ijara system, revenue was collected as a fixed amount. Many nobles used to dislike Zulfiqar Khan. Zulfiqar Khan belonged to Irani group, and we will discuss about these groups later on. And even the emperor himself used to dislike Zulfiqar Khan because his power was increasing day by day, and he had more power than the emperor himself. So what emperor did, he started conspiring against his own wazir. And if a ruler, if an emperor is conspiring against his own wazir, it will lead to the destruction of the administration, because wazir, he is responsible for administering the rule, administering the empire, and if the emperor is conspiring against him, how he will rule. Seeing the condition of administration, Azim-uz-Shan's son Farrukhsiyar took the advantage. Azim-uz-Shan was son of Bahadur Shah, and Azim-uz-Shan's son was Farrukhsyar. He took the advantage, and with the help of Saiyid brothers, organized a very big army and fought against Jahandar Shah near Agra. And in this battle, Jahandar Shah was defeated. Jahandar Shah absconded, and he took shrine with the official Vakil-e-Multak. But this official, he deceived him, and Jahandar Shah was captured and executed in January 1713. So the next Mughal emperor was Farrukhsyar, and he became the emperor with the help of Sayyid brother, and we will discuss about these brother in detail later on. Sayyid brothers, they were two brothers, Hussain Ali and Abdullah Khan. Next successor of Mughal empire was Farrukhsyar. He ruled from 1713 to 1719. He reigned for 6 years. He was son of Azim-uz-Shan, grandson of Bahadur Shah. Farrukhsyar, he became the next emperor after Jahandar Shah, and he ascended throne with the help of Sayyid brothers. And he was so grateful that he, on his accession, he appointed brothers, these two brothers, Sayyid brothers, to very prestigious posts. He appointed Sayyid Abdullah Khan as his wazir, and younger brother Sayyid Hussain Ali as Mir Bakshi. As we discussed earlier, that wazir is like a post of prime minister or chief minister of Mughal Darbar, and Mir Bakshi, it is also a very important post. He is in a charge of intelligence gathering, and he also recommends the emperor for the military affairs. And next thing he did, that he imprisoned Asad Khan and his son Zulfiqar Khan. Zulfiqar Khan was wazir of Jahandar Shah. And Chinkuch Khan, who was the leader of Turani group, was given the title Nizamul Mulk and Mansab of 7,000 on the advice of Abdullah Khan. And as we are just talking about this, that Chinkuch Khan was Turani group, was from Turani group, and Zulfiqar Khan was from Irani group, Sayyid brother were from Hindustani group. So what were these groups? Basically, in Mughal Darbar, there were many groups of nobles and mansabs. Okay, but Irani, Turani, Afghani and Hindustani groups, they were more prominent. Irani group was from Iran, Turani Central Asia, Afghani Afghanistan, and Hindustani were those Hindustani or Hindu converts or those migrants who settled in India much earlier. And Sayyid brothers who helped Farrukhsiyar to ascend the throne were from Hindustani group. Turani, they migrated from the original land of Mughals, so they were very dearer to the emperor. And Iranis, on the other hand, they were they were appointed on a very responsible post or a high post because of their high ability. Turani and Irani, they were usually against each other, but when in case of Hindustani group, they used to form a joint front against the Hindustani group. Regarding Chinquich Khan, who was given the title Nizamul Mulk, we will discuss about him when we will discuss about rise of new autonomous state. He was the founder of Hyderabad state. So we will discuss about Chinquich Khan in detail then. Farrukhsyar, with the help of Sayyid brothers' advice, tried to clear up the administration. As we have discussed earlier, in Punjab, after Guru Gobind Singh, Banda Bahadur became the next Sikh leader. So, under the influence of Banda Bahadur, who was also known as Banda Bairagi, whose real name was Lakshman Dev, his influence over the Sikhs was increasing, and they had protected themselves in a fort of Gurdaspur. Gurdaspur, it is a city in state of Punjab, and after a lot of struggle, Banda Bahadur was captured and executed. So Banda Bahadur or Banda Bairagi was captured and executed during the rule of Farrukhsiyar. In case of Rajputs, Hussain Ali marched against Ajit Singh of Marwar and forced him to enter into a treaty with the emperor. And regarding Jats, when Jats, under the leadership of Churaman, they revolted against the Mughal, Raja Jai Singh, he was sent to put them down, but they entered into a compromise in 1718. So, on the advice of Sayyid brother, Churaman was allowed to possess the fort, but after the submission to the emperor. As the Sayyid brother was from Hindustani group, so because of this groupism, because of Hindustani group, he was quite complacent with the Jats and Rajputs. A very important event took place during the reign of Farrukhsiyar was the issuance of Farman in the favor of East India Company. According to this Farman, East India Company could trade in Bengal without paying any duty. Okay, so it increased the domination of East India Company over Bengal. So it was very important event, issuance of Farman. Farrukhsiyar was not a capable ruler. He was incapable coward. He used to follow the advices of Sayyid brothers blindly. He was very incapable. He could not tolerate the increasing popularity and influence of the Sayyid brother, thus he thought of getting rid of them. But later were no less clever. They were very clever, and they ultimately brought Sayyid rule to the humiliating end. Farrukhsiyar tried to plot against the Sayyid brother to control the over-influence of Sayyid brother, but he was unsuccessful. And the end of the conflict was very shameful and disgraceful in the history of Mughal Empire, that an emperor was thrown out of the throne and captured and executed. Even his body was thrown in the Yamuna river. So it was very shameful in the history of Mughal Empire. Who were Sayyid brothers? Sayyid brothers were two brothers, and their names were, it's very important, their names, Sayyid Abdullah Khan and Sayyid Hussain Ali. They were known as kingmakers, and overall their influence over the Mughal Empire, it expanded from 1713 to 1721. They were enlisted in Akbar army and they fought in many campaigns. And if we see the descendancy, they used to link their descendancy to Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia, it's a name of an area of Tigris-Euphrates river system. Roughly, if we correspond to the map in present day, it corresponds to Iraq, Syria and Kuwait. And they used to link their descendancy to Abdul Farah. Abdul Farah, he was a Mesopotamian adventurer who had settled in Patiala many centuries ago. Both were also known with the name Bara. Bara basically are 12 villages which they used to rule, and they held 12 villages. Their father had served as a Subedar of Bijapur and Ajmer, and during the war of succession after death of Aurangzeb, they both sided with Muazzam, and as a result, when Muazzam became the ruler, he awarded both the brothers, and their mansab was increased. Mansab is their position or a rank was raised to 4,000, and the elder one was given the title Abdullah Khan. So Hassan Ali was awarded the title Abdullah Khan. Wife Sayyid brother helped Farrukhsiyar to raise to the throne, and the reason behind it was that Farrukhsiyar's father Prince Azimush-Shan had appointed Hussain Ali in 1708 to a very important assignment in Bihar, and in 1711 he appointed the other brother Abdullah Khan as his deputy in Allahabad. And because of these favour, they espoused his son Farrukhsyar for the throne of Delhi, and they helped Farrukhsyar to ascend the throne by killing Jahandar Shah in the battle. Later, their appointment to important posts by Farrukhsiyar led to the jealousy in the minds of Turani and Irani group, because as we have discussed earlier, there were so many groups in the court. There were Turani, Irani, Hindustani, Afghani group. Even Turani and Irani used to be against each other at some point, but when it comes to the question of Hindustani group, both used to unite together against the Hindustani group, and Sayyid brother was from Hindustani group, and their influence over the Mughal court was increasing, because of which it led to the jealousy in the mind of Turani and Irani nobles. When Farrukhsiyar was captured and executed, Sayyid brother raised Rafi-ud-darajat, the next Mughal emperor. They made him the next Mughal emperor, and his rule was very short. In fact, he was the shortest emperor for a period from 12 February to 4 June 1719. So it was a very short period of their rule. And after his death on 4 June 1719, Sayyid brother raised Rafi-ud-Daula as the next Mughal successor, next Mughal ruler, and his rule was also very short, from 6 June to 17 September 1719. Rafi-ud-Daula, he was a controlled prisoner. He was not allowed to talk to anyone without the permission. He was under Himmat Khan, so he could not talk to any other noble. He died in September 1719. And after him, Sayyids, they made grandson of Bahadur Shah, son of Jahandar Shah, the youngest one, Muhammad Shah, as the next emperor. So the kingmakers, they made Muhammad Shah as the next successor of the Mughal empire. So in our next video, we will discuss about next later Mughal, Muhammad Shah, and Ahmad Shah, and if the time permits, we will discuss further. Thank you.